I didn't schedule it, did I? I don't think I did. I think I did. No, I don't think I did. No, I don't think I did. No, there was another time. I was thinking back a while ago. I did schedule it. I probably should start doing that too because I knew I was going to go live tonight at this time around this time. So I probably should have. But anyway, what's done is done, I suppose. Hello, Sean. So you found the BitChute. You found the BitChute. We will only be live for half an hour now tonight. We're not going to be live for too long tonight. I have a good bit to do. Money in the door, but I knew I kind of would be live around this time. Let me see. I think everything might be banjoed for some reason. Yeah, I just had to refresh. I think my chat is having a bit. Hello, how are you? I'm not bad, thank you. How are you? So yeah, it's been nice weather. Lot of drizzle. Let's put it that way. I was soaking, so that's why my hair looks like fucking Boris Johnson. My hair has been soaking today. I wasn't wearing a hat. And yeah, basically, you know yourself. My whole hair is standing on because I was soaking today. So, hello, Kevin. How are you? Hello, Shawnee. Everybody's here. Hello, hello, everyone. So that's why my hair is standing on my head. What are you saying, Sean? A bit shit. Yeah, I agree 100% with your statement, Sean. We cannot say too much on YouTube, unfortunately, about it, but you know, is that. How is the council doing in which regard and what regard? Hello, everyone. How about that? But yeah, no, it's been very drizzly. Like, it wasn't like it was heavy rain. Like, it was literally pelting off you. It was just drizzly fucking bollocks of a rain, if that's even the way to describe it. Also, YouTube has a new CEO now, so hopefully the YouTube CEO will be more nicer to people. Let's put it that way. Hello, Fiona. So please, God, yeah, because obviously our channel is YouTube doesn't like me. So, well, Susan Wojcicki didn't like me, so apparently so. Hello, everyone. 6 people here. Hello, hello. How are we doing on the Saturday evening? I know the weather hasn't been the greatest. Let's put it that way. The Last of Us today. How that? There's a new movie coming out. The Last of Us today. It's a new title. Oh yes, yes. The big protest in Dublin. Yes. Oh, what they say 50. Say I don't know, how many did they say was there? Said there was a good lot of people there, but I don't know was it that many now. I think they're exaggerating a bit. But obviously there was a good few people there. So yeah. Yeah. Anyway, anybody up to anything fun this evening? Any crack? Any fun? Any banter? Let me see. Yeah, it was a bit. It was yeah. That's a portion of the bit. Like that's half of the county cabin going up. Yeah, it was what and what. It was, yeah. Oh, you're talking to Sean Max. Sorry, that's what we're talking to me, Kevin. Sorry. Again, I always the what did the feel when other people talk to each other. Let me see. Just for a second. Sorry. But yeah, how we doing tomorrow? Everybody be watching tomorrow night 60, what is it, 60 minutes, whatever they call that yoke. That yoke. Yeah, well, they're definitely over exaggerating the numbers. Like, let's be fair now. If there was that many people on the streets, the last time it was probably that many. Oh no, it was actually no the biggest protest probably I ever seen in the country was the water charges one, the big one in Dublin. That was about nearly 1 million people, and literally you couldn't see down O'Connell Street because there was that many people. You know, Every part of College Street. I remember the big Irish water protest. It was over a million, near enough a million, or over a million. Like that was big. I remember seeing that when I was young on the news. Uh, it was huge. I don't know if people remember that. And then obviously the farmers ones were big too. There was a lot of farmers that were up when they blocked up Let's the House and all that. But it wasn't as big as the Irish water one now. The Irish water one was too big at that time. But that's the only reason why the government kind of backed down, because so many people were out. Basically, half the country was out, and they kind of had to give way a bit. Bin charges as well. Yeah, pretty much the bin charges too. Yeah, but no, the Irish water protest now that was crazy that time. In that spot, yeah. No, but the exaggerating a bit the numbers. I'm not saying there's nobody turned up on it, and obviously they have every right under the sun to protest the heart's content. Uh, you know, I'm not saying that. But you maybe as you say 10,000 at most, maybe. Maybe you could say 15,000, maybe possibly, but not 50,000 now. You can take Cavan has 100,000 people, so basically half of the population of Cavan went to Dublin basically for the day. I don't know about that. Maybe, possibly, could be. Maybe I'm only seeing some, but I did look at it earlier on and I seen a live broadcast at one stage of it just to see how many people were there. I didn't stay on it for long. I just looked at it for about 2 minutes, like fair enough. Then, I'm back to doing my own my own thing. You know. You know. Anything else? There's something else I probably need to say. Hello, Kane. How are you today? How was your Saturday going? There was something else, but I can't think of it. I have to stop fucking writing things down. Good, very good to hear, Kane. I can actually remember. There was definitely something else. That's why I'm looking around because I can't remember. There was something I meant to show, but I can't now remember. Put it. You have a picture of a lady behind you. That's a conspiracy theory. imagine that was the mainstream media. That's a conspiracy theory. I don't know what you're talking about. Looks into the camera. I wonder. Has he turned the truth? Oh no, not that I get more dogs please. Also, no, if you haven't checked out my BitChute channel, just to say, I have a new video up there. There's some things obviously you can't say on YouTube. In terms of different things that YouTube doesn't like. The algorithm and stuff like that. So if you want to check out my BitChute channel, I can't really leak, and the YouTube doesn't like you leaking BitChute and things like that. But do check it out. There's some other videos on it because I know people have been saying I should be uploading a bit more on YouTube, but we will. I have a good few videos planned, but it's just getting them up. That's the main thing. It's just kind of getting them there. That's the problem at the moment, as I don't have the time really to kind of put a lot of time in. I'm assuming you're talking to Sean, Kevin. But assuming I'm getting dogs a bit. No, I'm not. That's a conspiracy theory. We have to go. I have to go to Helen McAtee now. I have to go and see. Actually, sorry, I have to go to Simon. I have to go and see Simon tomorrow. He's going to bring in new legislation to stop me from being slagged. It's going to be the top priority for the government. It's a big deal. It's a big conspiracy, you see, because I'm working with the Finnish government to bring in this legislation. We're trying to support Irish democracy. Oh, it's all peachy. And generally, actually, yeah. Generally, there actually is somebody in my Twitter with a Ukrainian flag in their bio. well, not the bio, but the main name on the name of the Twitter account, that actually thinks that I'm a Finnish agent of the Finnish government. You know, and I actually think he's actually being serious, to be totally honest. Like, I actually think he's actually being serious. I actually don't think he's joking. Well, he could be joking, but I actually think he's serious because he actually seems to be acting seriously that I'm a Finnish agent. And anyway, we see how that pants out. MI6 will be knocking down my door tomorrow. I have a cup of tea here just to say too. I made one before I came up. I did indeed. Oh, we have 7 people here. Hello. Sorry, everyone. I didn't look up there for the last few minutes. My apologies, everyone. Sorry. How is everybody doing tonight? Sorry. What else is to talk about? There's probably. Yes, yeah. People have been saying this in the town, in Cavan Town. So I don't know if there's people know this. Not many people probably would know. I try to describe it as best as I can. No, shush. Shush. Wished. What I was going to say. So, you know, in Cavan Town, I don't know many people know Cavan Town near the bus station there. People will know the town hall. I don't know as many people know what the town hall is in Cavan Town. Well, and obviously, if you know what the town hall is, you know what the town hall toilets is. Wished. You know, they got rid of basically getting rid of them. Basically, they got rid of basically as we speak now. They're not there. The town hall toilets. Now they didn't get rid of the town hall, just to say, but obviously people are fucking fuming at the moment. With the council getting rid of them, and I kind of agree because what they're going to put there in this place is a stage. They're going to put a stage there for acts and stuff like that during the summer. And to be totally honest, the other toilets are on the other side of the town. If people want to go to the toilet, they have to go up to Tesco on the other side of the town. And obviously, a lot of elderly people use the toilets at the town hall car park, basically what we used to call it. So obviously, it's very unfair now. They should have kept them there, but I don't know. I don't know what the logic was in that. I don't know. Yeah, you know where the town hall is. You know, there would be classed as the old public toilets, I suppose. Yeah, there's one up in Tesco. I'm sure you know one town. There's one way up in Tesco, up the other side of the town, the other cinema there. There's 2 toilets there, but they got rid of the ones at the town hall, which obviously I was fuming about. Not gonna lie to you, because obviously, you know, they had more toilets. There's only 2 now. There's only 2 whole public toilets now in the town altogether. No, there's no. They got rid of the toilets. They got less toilets than there was a few weeks ago. There's only 2 now, like up in Tesco. They've got one of the one in the town, the one in the car park there, Tesco car, what fuck am I? The town hall car park. You know. Yeah. So they got rid of them. They knocked them. They're going to build a stage there for acts and theatre and stuff like that during the summer. So it's utterly ridiculous, in my opinion. They've done it. It's all under the council's plan of Cavan 2040 or something. Um, But I think they should have kept the toilets. You know, I think they probably should have put the stage somewhere else instead of outside the town hall. But you know, it's done now. I suppose and nothing can be said now. Just particularly, my reason is because elderly women and elderly men used to use them toilets. Now they have to walk up to the other side of the town. It's a bit unreasonable. To ask them to do it. Basically, that's my point. And particularly because again, there used to be maybe I think there was Euro 9s in the men's one, and then there was 3 or 4 stalls, right? And the same in the women. Well, there wasn't Eurolines in the women, but there was 3 or 4 stalls, right, for people to use in the women's too. Now there's only 2. You know, now there's only 2 up in Tesco, one for men and one for women. So you can see, you know, there's only 2 whole public toilets for everybody in the town. Obviously, you can use bus hours, but a lot of places in the town, just to say, like even when I was in the town, when I'm walking and things like that, I had to go toilet once or twice. But you know, many generally businesses would let people who have council uniforms in that would not really question it. You know, even if you weren't buying anything. But you know, only Joe's you have to buy something before you know they get to use the toilet. Like in some businesses, I was not allowed to go toilet, and one person that was with me one time when we were walking in the town, they didn't let us, even though we were employees of you know, you know, but you know. No, I'm not talking about new ones. They're not getting new ones at all. No, my point is they're not getting any. They got rid of them. They're out. They're not got. They haven't got new ones. That's the point they're making. They've got rid of them. It's not that they're getting new ones. Yeah, but what making? Oh no, there's no problem. I don't know why. I think they just didn't want to maintain them. That was the problem. That's what I'm saying. I wish there was new toilets. Yeah, but no, they got rid of them. You see, that's what point. I don't know how to explain it the best I could. But again, it's done now. It doesn't seem like anything's going to change. Because they knocked them, and it's not going to be rebuilt, unfortunately. But my point is too. There's some people that there's some businesses that would you have to buy something before you use the toilets and that. You know, should have had so. Well, I think people wanted the toilets because the majority of people, if you look up the Anglo South at the moment on Facebook, there's an article about it, and the majority of people are saying they want the public toilets. They want to be able to use the toilet and not have to hold it in, and things like that, in the town. So I think people would rather the toilets than any soda machines went that. I think they would. Yeah, but they done the ones up at Tesco. I don't know now. You know what I'm talking about. Again, some people wouldn't know what I'm talking about. But they have two up in Tesco, right? That the council own, and they're the only two that's left in the whole town. That are public toilets. They done them up. They done them up a few months ago. Because I knew about them getting rid of the toilets back in December, but I didn't know they were getting rid of them this quickly. If that makes any sense, I didn't know they were going to get rid of them straight away. If that made any sense, I thought I said to myself it would be probably to next Christmas when it'd be done. If that makes any sense. I didn't think they were going to do it straight away. Because it was Christmas when I heard about it first, and I was like, it'd take a while before they get permission to knock it down and etc. etc. X, Y, and Z planning and all that. But I was wrong, unfortunately. But yeah, there was somebody actually maintaining it. There was actually somebody maintaining it. But you know yourself, they don't want to. They don't want to pay people to maintain things and things. Um, it's the same. It's the same. They don't really want public toilets because obviously the state has to pay for toilet paper and to maintain the toilets and stuff. It costs a good few bob. And obviously too, because there's obviously some different. Like I use them toilets, the town hall toilets, on a Saturday morning or something like that, and you have to be quite a mess basically in there. And have to. Sorry, Kevin, just had to read through this again. You talk about inheritance and stuff like that. But generally, if somebody has a will, you'd have to be there with it, whoever gets this, who gets it. I know what you're saying about pensions. There should be your family should be able to claim people's pensions when they die, but I don't know what how there'll be a lot of probably people who fraudulently might say, X, Y, and Z. I know what you're saying, yeah. But yeah, no, it's not much it's not much loss to young people, But I'm thinking of the elderly people who, you know, it was generally speaking, elderly people who used it more than younger people. I will say that because I've seen elderly people going in. It was generally elderly men and elderly women, using the toilets, coming down from the post office, collecting the pension, needed to go toilet, And again, elderly people would have good bladders compared to me or younger people here. We'd be able to. I've often was on the roads and stuff like that. I had to wait for hours and hours and hours before I went to the toilet. Um, you know, but there's generally people that can't do that. They haven't got the luxury of that, and not everybody that going into the town, you know, would be buying something in the shop. As I say, some shops you have to buy something before they let you use the toilet. Um, that's what I'm saying exactly. And sure, women too. I remember one time I seen a woman going in with a buggy and with two children in the buggy and changing their nappies in the toilet. Because the only reason why I see it because I seen her come out with the nappy. and she asked, because I was cleaning up outside the town hall toilets when they were there. This was around last, during the summer. I was cleaning up bits and bobs in the car park there, and she asked could I put the nappies into my bag, and so I let her put her in, and that's how I know. So which one which. Yeah, there's no public toilets in it anymore at all. Like there used to be ones in Bowtober too, out in Bowtober, but they're locked now. They're not open at all. Even though they're still there, they're not knocked or anything like that. You know, no way did I met no toilet stopping. Hope we keeping fit. Well, not enough. Oh, right. Yeah, no time. No, I see what you mean now, Kevin. Sorry. See, that's why I should look into a wee bit more. I understand what you're saying now. Yeah, apologies for that. But no, that's who I feel bad for anyway, because it's alright for the younger people. We can walk up to the other side of town, but it's generally people on walking sticks. You know, you couldn't have them walking to the other side of the town to go toilet. And I know people say they could just go to the pub or whatever and buy a drink. But some people don't have the luxury of that, unfortunately. You know, in most towns now, yeah. Well, there's a lot of. I will say there's a lot of different in public toilet and stuff like that. You know yourself, and it is difficult enough to keep them to a good standard. I will say that, even though there's efforts being done and stuff like that for public toilets, it's still difficult. I'm sure you would agree because there's always some shady people often around it. If that makes any sense. But not everybody's shady, but you know what I'm saying. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, not many pubs would probably watch it because a lot of people will be getting sick. But no, generally a lot of the pubs in Cavan here, if you were going in off the street, you have to buy a pint though. You have to buy a drink before they let you go to the toilet and stuff like that. And generally the same with majority of the Westwoods. And I know you say mean Cavan people. Cavan people. I'll stop updating the fucking what they call the parking machines. They're putting new ones in. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Again, some people. This is the point I'm making. Some people do have the luxury of it. That's the sad reality. Some people just don't have the luxury. I'm trying to get the article in. And I put it in the chat maybe. Like if you look at the comments, I get this now. Just give me a second. Like if you look at the comments here, you kind of would see that a lot of people are like, we would rather the public toilets than anything else. So I think there should have been a bit more talk, public consultation with people to see what people really want. But I don't think there was really any. Because honestly, if I think it went like the way they should have probably done it is they had a vote. People could vote and say, I want, a public toilet or whatever. It would have been a lot more better than what it probably was. Anyway, it doesn't sound like that went well anyway. I know it's such a random thing to bring up. Ooh, is that it? Yeah, that might be it. Just to check and see, is that it? Yeah, before anybody clicks it, just to see am I right. Yeah, I think I'm right. Yeah, so if you go into the comments of that, it's on Facebook, just to say. That should be fine, yeah. Like, I probably should put it at the top. That should bring you to it, Anna. Why am I not being allowed to go pin meshed? This is at the top. Just so you can look at the comments yourself. I tell you one thing, Sean, it wouldn't happen in Finland. Sana wouldn't allow it. So, there you go. But just to see, because I'm not just talking bullshit, just to say. There's a lot of people generally would rather a toilet than anything else. They could put fucking free money there, and I think people would rather a toilet. I don't know if people able to see that. Yeah, so what do people think about that on Facebook? Doesn't the people see the comments on it? Because it doesn't seem to be too in favour of it. Let's put that. I don't know, but I'd say probably just cause liver stuff with the liver because people won't be able to go toilet more. I say. Twitter's not walking apparently, so just after that. But yeah, what do people think of that out? You know, do people think the couch are right to knock them, or does people think they should have stayed there? What does people think? What do we think? Yeah, but this is the problem with the bus station. A lot of the times the toilets there are closed. That's the problem. And obviously it's not owned by the public, it's owned by Bus Éireann. So, Bus Éireann could be like, you have to buy something, you have to buy a ticket before. But I think there should have been a lot more public consultation before the wet and just said, oh, we're going to knock the place. Because if you look at the comments again, people seem to be fucking up in arms about it.
Because especially because they've been there a good while.
At least, yeah, but I don't know where this is the problem. I don't know where they would build them. If they were going to, but there was nothing wrong. This is the point I'm making. Sure, sometimes they would be a mess after Saturday evening or whatever, but generally there was nothing wrong with the toilets. Like they wouldn't fall into bits. That's what I'm trying to say. They were decent enough. They were built in the 80s, and they were good enough. There was nothing wrong with them. They were renovated there in 2005 or so. They were kind of given a new coat of paint and stuff like that. So it wasn't like they wouldn't fallen down if you take hours. They were like literally going to collapse or anything. No, they were decent enough toilets. And they wouldn't, bad. They didn't have to knock because they were going to fall down, obviously. But but I don't know whether if they were going to build toilets, I don't know whether they were going to do it. They would have to do it outside the town because there's no place inside the town. No, clicking on things. Excuse me. But yeah, we have to see. Oh yeah, of course. Not all crimes are reported, of course, that. Like there was a crime there that happened in Cavan. Like it's not serious, obviously, in rape, but like even burglary. Some people are afraid to report it, and some people just don't take it'll be ever followed up with the person. And this is the next point is the most crucial thing. They don't want to face them in the court of law. Many women, but you'd be terrified. Let's be fair. You would be terrified if something like that happened to you, and to have to face your attacker, that attacked you and done unspeakable things to you. Having to sit in a court of law and stare them down, and give you witness testimony and all that to, again, that's frightening, I'm sure that's frightening to people. That's the most frightening bit of it. But I always said there should be more lights around, toilets and public toilets and stuff like that. And in towns and cities, there should be more lights lighting up dark cul-de-sacs and, laneways and stuff like that in city sectors and town sectors and stuff like that. To see what's happening. Mm-hmm. But anyway, let me see. Is there anything else I need to say? I'll talk about? If I had a brain, I'd be dangerous. Not gonna lie to you. Um. We wonder. Does anybody have anything we want to discuss or anything? Because I don't think this is something else I meant to say today, but I can't remember. Any more chat with that person on Twitter you're talking about? Not really. Not really anybody. Not much. Wished. Like I think the half of Twitter's down at the moment. Like some people on Twitter's reporting outages. Oh yeah, it's quieted down a good bit. Like during January, obviously, just after Christmas, after New Year's, you had a lot of stuff. Like particularly, you had a lot of wrapping paper, which is common. Wrapping paper presents. You have people with wine bottles, and you have fucking alcohol bottles. People with house parties, obviously New Year's and stuff like that. You have bits and bobs. People have you buy new chairs and stuff like that, and they get rid of the old chairs and stuff like that. As you seen, I don't know where it was. January, wasn't I? I put up a video about it. Like this is one out of many cases, of 3 TVs that were just fucked into the shock. I don't know. It was up in my body camera. I was allowed to put that one up. Like I have other ones of it, like other things that we see, and I've dealt with. Like that's only the one out of many. Yeah, but 20 cases of TVs just been dumped into shocks, big TVs and flat screens and stuff like that. And but generally it's calmed down a bit. But it comes to St. Patrick's Day now. There'd be house parties and there'd be X, Y, and Z, and people be just fucking things here, down, everywhere. So come back to me on St. Patrick's Day, I tell you, basically. But it's calmed down a bit now. In January now it was hectic. I'm gonna take off this jumper because it's too warm. I know, but YouTube now, more than Twitter, is a lot more. It'd be huge money. We're talking about an insane amount of money. YouTube, like more than Twitter, because obviously YouTube is the biggest out of all platforms like Twitch and all that we even compared to YouTube. YouTube has more people on it than Twitter went to that. Like YouTube is the main social media platform based in the world nearly. If you exclude out like video platform, live streaming platform, if you use that way. Like it's there's millions of people on it every moment. So obviously it would be quite a price you have to pay for it. It wouldn't be cheap, let's be fair. And I think it would take a lot of, like, it probably would nearly take all of Elon Musk's money to buy YouTube, not gonna lie to you. Because it'd be insane amount of money, not gonna lie to you. But it would be good to see. I think we're asking too much of him, I suppose. Because I think it Twitter's too much from letting on, YouTube. It's good that he has Twitter, sorry. But we could hope, but I don't ever foresee it now. Maybe it will. I'd be hold to that if it is. We have to see, I suppose. We can know. Time will only tell. It's too warm in this house. So what time we have 40? We'll go for another 20 minutes and then we tip on then. Is that fair enough? I didn't plan to go this long, but I'm here now. I think I got too busy talking about the toilets and I got distracted. So, that's that. No, I think we'll go until 8 o'clock. We'll leave it at a decent time. 8 o'clock, so another 10 minutes, yeah, because it'll be a bit off now if we don't have that and unusual. That just disappeared. Move it up a bit. Stay water, Johnny, Johnny, stay water, Johnny. So, any plans anyway for tomorrow? Anybody have any good plans for tomorrow? Any fun? Any bantam? You be asked any toilets? Yeah, well, at least there's 2 toilets. At least you could say that. But I suppose a lot of people would know. Like, if 2 was kept to Cavan, that's when to be asking. Because obviously many people in Cavan now would know the toilets are not there anymore. So, but it's asked quite regularly by people I come across on the road and back country roads and stuff like that. Is there any town near here that has public toilets or things like that? Like, it's generally asked. It's like one of the main things. Toilets, petrol stations, bike machines, that's the next one. They're generally the places people want to go, that ask me for. First of all, it'd be petrol stations. Petrol stations are number 1. Second would be the toilets, public toilets, the toilets. Third would be, the ATM machines, yeah. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Because as I say, people, you can't be holding your piss all day, basically. It takes a while. It's not good for your bowels, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Hello, Gigi. It's good. How are you doing? It's a good while since you've been here. How are you doing? How is business? How is stuff? How's tricks, basically? How is your Saturday going so far? I know, but it's hard to keep. I would say it's hard to keep public toilets clean now. As I said there, you never know who'll be going in there. But yeah, we go for another 10 minutes and then it'll be 8 o'clock. And then we tip on. We'll do a tip. We'll not do a tip, but you know. Does my phone need to be charged from here? Yeah, it probably does. It probably does. Weldon, no, geez, it's very fun. Yeah, have a West, geez, yeah, have a West. Sunday is a day for a Western. You do have a bit of a break. It's always good to take a bit of a break now and again. You can't be going all the time, Especially because again, it's a long enough week without having to work, on a Sunday and stuff like that. Do I have Sunday roast? I don't know how would you phrase Sunday roast. I have my spuds and stuff on a Sunday. We should, but I kind of have them every day, really too. Not really every day, but I have my Sunday stuff, I suppose. A bit better plates and stuff. That makes sense. A bit better plates. Very fancy. Very fancy indeed. Generally, I would have a bit of turkey here. On a Sunday. Sometimes I wouldn't, but sometimes I will. Generally speaking. But don't let Eamon Ryan hear that. So any of the fun with anybody, any of the crack. Are we looking forward to St. Patrick's Day? Because you won't find an hour. Yesterday was the 17th, just to say. So a month, well, basically less than a month, I suppose we could say. St. Patrick's Day. So we're looking forward to it. Are we looking forward to the great St. Patrick's Day parade in Dublin? That's sarcasm, by the way. Do. Also, somebody told me a crazy idea yesterday in email. Exactly. That's why I'm saying anybody looking for it. I have to think for a second, so I haven't the brain for it. So yeah, somebody asked me for parades now. Many people probably have got sick of them, yeah. But no, blah 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 blah. So somebody emailed me the other day and said to me we should send letters to every world leader, basically every country around the world, and ask them to send us a flag. So pretty much, do a video on it, like write to them personally, to send a flag. So something like this, like a little flag of each country. And I was like, good luck, no. Good luck, no thank you. I'm happy enough. I was like, no. The boys in blue, that's a great old job for you. That's a great old job. They're going to soon have their body cameras. Boys in blue. They used to hold up your hat. 10 mites could appear at any time to do strict violence, serious crimes. The farmer's cage. The boys in blue, the boys in blue. Let's do it out, Javio, the boys in blue, the boys. Oh yeah, it still has. Yeah, it has. I haven't been at it, but I often see clips of it on, and I get sent them by people just show me. It wouldn't be as big as Dublin now. It's like when I was young and it was the bee's knees. Everybody used to go to it, but nowadays people are not that interested. Some people do it. You have your GA clubs to go through the town and things like that. The fire brigade is always there. The civil defence, obviously. A few tractors and stuff like that. But generally not much. A few floats of funny things. Last year the one that was funny was the farmers got a bit of a tractor, a trailer for a tractor, and portrayed Eamon Ryan as a pig. So, so that was the funniest float, I suppose. That's trying to destroy Irish farms. So it can be funny now, somehow. And then obviously you have the coal man and all that, the Irish thing. You often have a debate with yourself. You hear voices in your head, Johnny, do you? Who is the most hated Mickey Mouse? I honestly think it's, it's hard to know. to take back the tradition of it. Yeah, but based in Cavan, it's not much like Dublin or into that. Like, it's not that woke, to say the least. It's just your standard country parade, basically. A few tractors, the civil defence, the fire officer, the coal man, of course. But Eamon Ryan wants to get rid of the coal man, so there soon won't be any coal men at all. And obviously, you'll have the local GA children going in. Out and they throw free sweets out there. They still do that. Would you believe in Cavan? They give something free. Wow. Amazing. That's crazy. Free sweets. Imagine that. Crazy stuff. Who would do such a thing? Free sweets. Cavan people giving free sweets to people. Unheard of. But yeah, but probably nothing like Dublin now. Yeah. Because that's generally where all the insanity happens. Yeah, wash machine. Well, the best ones, obviously. Would you believe the best parade is probably nearly in New York? To be totally honest with you, the best St. Patrick's Day parade in New York because it seems to be better. Because people seem to be more enthusiastic for it. People in New York. Because obviously many people in New York and in Boston and that kind of area, on the West Coast, obviously, is the West Coast. Am I right? West Coast? No, the West Coast. What am I talking about? Yeah, it is the West Coast. I'm right. New York and Boston, and Washington all down the West Coast, isn't it? Obviously there'll be a lot of Irish heritage over there, and obviously it's a big thing, basically, more than here because people, over here are not here. The Green Wave in Chicago too. Yeah, exactly. But generally more in Boston than New York. In fact, increase of the what? Mexico. Let's go to Mexico. And then generally too, you have other small parades in Cavan and small town. Like in Beltobin here, there'll be a small parade. Ballyjim stuff, Virginia. Kingscourt probably have it too. Catalia. No, I don't think he ever knew what was going on, to be totally honest. Like when you see a man shaking hands with the air, you kind of know something's not right, Let's be fair. And then, calling Kamala Harris all the time the president, Because let's be fair, Kamala Harris must be the president. Because, how can Joe Biden decide what to do? And do you remember when the mainstream media were having a field day talking about Kamala Harris? They were saying how great she was and everything. Now everybody in the mainstream media seems to just despise her now, all of a sudden. Oh, yeah, did you see that climate activist jump on stage and say that climate change is the enemy? Well, China's not our enemy. What's that? Oh, do you remember she talked about the school buses? She wants electric school buses. She seemed to be obsessed with electric school buses more than anything else in the world. Don't worry about Ohio. No, don't worry about that. Electric school buses, that's the Nazis. Also, highways are racist. Don't you know that? The transport secretary in America said. So, there's racism in highways now, apparently. But to the United States, it's just a failing. It's a fallen empire. Let's put it that way. As to say, empires fallen wise. I see bits of them. I don't watch them that much. I'm too busy now, Johnny, but I see bits and bobs of them. I don't be keeping up to date too much on the American stuff. I try and keep up with what's happening here. It's hard to keep up with what's going on around here, let alone in the United States. But I generally try my best to keep up as much as I can. So we'll go for another 5 minutes and then I feck off for tonight. It'll be Father Jack for tonight. Go on, you will have a cup of tea. Go on, it's only a little drizzle. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Playing Father Ted now. Oh yeah, they should actually make. I have the best idea ever. They should make a Father Ted game. That's what they should do. Like they have to do it. Somebody has to make that a Father Ted game. That'd be the best thing ever. Well, I don't watch the Irish media. I only see what's happening on Twitter and on Facebook. That's about whatever people tell me. Also, somebody, I said this last stream, somebody wants us to wing up every councillor and every TD and every senator in the country. And talk to them for an hour. So, no thank you. I don't want them. I don't fancy having some of them on. So, not likely going to happen. Imagine all that, 900 councillors to go through, wing every councillor in the country, and having to listen to all their bullshit. They could drive anybody to insanity. Joe Biden. I don't know, it's Joe Biden. Joe Biden. Can you feel like the coming back? You know it's about you. There's about stripes. Oh yeah, we'll be very busy now in April now. Just to say to people. It's going to be all hands on deck. I'm not going to say why, but it's all hands on deck. It's all hands on deck, lad. All hands on deck. I've an itchy hand money coming. There's money on the way. Generally, they said if you had an itchy hand, I don't know which hand it was, but generally years ago they said if you have an itchy hand, there's money on the way. So that's I bought loads of money. Oh yeah, imagine me winging that council up in Malhan. I make shit of him all the time. Like I actually would. I'd be like, I want loads of money before I do the interview. Like I actually drive him to Malhan. He's already in Malhan. Funny. Laugh. Throw Sean. It's throw Sean. I'd say throw Sean over the shoulder. I think that's what I said by mistake. We're not throwing you over the shoulder yet, Sean. Now we throw salt over the shoulder. After look at, but the price of salt nowadays, Jesus, you couldn't afford it, lad. You couldn't afford it. The price of turnips. So Jesus, you have to be a rich man now to throw salt over your shoulder. You couldn't afford that. That'd cost the week's wages to get a packet of salt. Possibly. That's all I say for now. All I say, we have to see. Watch this space in December, have that. Wished. I should move the thing a bit more. Because people say they want to see Santa. So that's better, isn't it? Pog. But anyway, there's a good interview tomorrow night now. On 60 Seconds. So that's going to be fun. Yeah, so we'll go for another minute and then we tip on. So anything to add before we go for tonight? Before we tip on, before we exit the building? Anything else before we tip on? Clean the glass. No. No, clean the glass. It's already clean. What do you want me to do? I'm gonna employ a fucking. I shouldn't just employ somebody to clean. Imagine that. I'd just employ somebody and give them €100 a week just to clean the grass behind me on San Luis pitch. Imagine that. Imagine actually ringing up some crowd, a contract cleaners or something like that, and be like, "Hello, hello, can you clean the grass on my pitch of San Luis for me? Can you do that every Friday for me?" Imagine that. They just come in here and have to clean that every week. That'd be funny. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. Thanks so much. But yeah, imagine that now. that'd be fun. I should just do that for the fun and record. They'll probably be like, "Go away, don't come back." No way. Because let's be fair, Kevin people actually want something done, and actually paying somebody to do something. Wow, unheard of. Millions to one. So anything else before we go, apart from giving out abuse about San Mario and meanwhile in cabin. That's it. Right, then that's it. Right, good luck. Goodbye, good evening, good night. Whatever time zone you're in. We probably, I don't know, we might be back tomorrow, I don't know, we might be back Monday possibly. But yeah, so I have a video on BitChute just to say to anybody, so if you have time, check it out, of course, if you have time. I don't know, I might be uploading something tomorrow, I don't know, wait to see. But yeah, that's really it for tonight. So good luck, goodbye. Do you have any Irish, Adrian? Do I speak any Irish? That's what you say. Right. I'm actually blanking right now. What I can't say for sure, Kevin, to be totally honest. But if I am going live tomorrow, it'd be around this time, you know. Good night. Yeah, take care, everyone. I'm actually blanking, so I can't say anything. I'm actually embarrassing myself now. So yeah, good luck, goodbye, good night, adios. What was the word now? Slán.